Welcome in everybody to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This is the Madness Racing League's Xfinity Series Playoffs Cutoff Race SalesForce.com100 live here from the Phoenix International Raceway. Back-to-back double duty here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen the Total Nonstop Action Truck Series take on the Chicago Street Course earlier today on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Now it's time to finally lock in 3 more drivers to join in Alfonso Claudio in the championship race 2 weeks from now here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moments away here from the green flag of the Madness Racing League's Xfinity Series Playoffs Cutoff Race in the SalesForce.com100 live right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That's going to be it changing over for us guys right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're set for 100 laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. These guys begin to grid out the rest of the field here. We'll take a moment of silence for the people that's taking their lives overseas and for our military here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll bow our heads and pray for a moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're moments away from the Madness Racing League SalesForce.com100, the playoff cutoff race here. Final race of the playoffs here in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. We will crown 3 more drivers to join Alfonso Claudio. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll get tonight's starting grid started right here in the Phoenix International Raceway. Starting on pole tonight, driving the number 24 Oracle Red Bull Chase Johnson Racing Chevy Camaro from Greenville, South Carolina. Currently at the bottom of the standings, needing a big night here tonight at the Phoenix International Raceway. That's James Fountain. Jonathan Smith, owner of NapDaddyRacing.com, driver of the NapDaddy Racing machine here tonight, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Make sure you get at him for all your paint scheme libraries and needs. Looking to score the victory here tonight in the Xfinity Series. He'll start on the outside spot. Here comes the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesner. Abysmal season. He'll miss out on the playoffs. But looking to score the victory here tonight in the Phoenix International Raceway. This Krispy Kreme number 8 machine. Evan Tango's another playoff driver will round out the 4th place spot here. Second row on the outside is number 4 Goodwrench Chevy Camaro from Hawthorne, New Jersey. The 20-year-old looking to score the victory here tonight. He's currently first in on points to advance to the championship race here. Just trying to keep it up underneath him tonight. The guy behind him driving the number 5 Chase Johnson Racing. Looks like a DuPont, but it's going to be Kubota. Number 5 Camaro. That'll be Showtime Chase Johnson from Greer, South Carolina. Connell Bolton will start behind him. Excuse me. But we skipped over Mr. Alfonso Claudio, the guy that's already racing for the championship here in 2 weeks at the Michigan International Raceway. What other 3 drivers will join him? Nicholas Maynard will start on the outside here in the 8th place spot. Looking to score the victory tonight. Can he lock himself in? Currently first out on points here. Connell Bolton will be on the inside with the Canadian. Carter Jackson, the field filler tonight, the number 15, looking to make something shake. Won the victory last night at the Chicago Street Course. Blake Koschchild will get the 11th place spot from Gold Canyon, Arizona, the number 29. Pacho McDowell, the Rain Man from Greenville, South Carolina, will pull up right here. The number 47 machine in the 12th place spot. George Stetson on the outside from McCullough, Florida, will round out the 14th place spot with Nick Crawford behind him in the 16th place spot. Chris Knighty will get the 14th place spot in his Green Machine Racing Triple Deuce machine. Terry Hughes Jr. looking to snap the bad luck here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Bobby Kyle will start tail end of the shotgun fiddle of the night with Paul Wolf, rounding out the 17th place spot. We'll jump back up here to the action here, so we don't miss it on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain, Kevin Tango's, Jonathan Smith, Corey Tesner, bring them to the restart zone. They'll fire off. We're live here for the cutoff race. Chase Johnson making things shake immediately here. And these guys are going to fan 3 wide across the dog leg here. They'll dive it into turns 1 and 2. Can they keep it together? We're 3 wide here in turns 1. That'll be Connell Bolton on the bottom side. Chase Johnson in the middle. NapDaddy Racing and Jonathan Smith the lift. He'll think better of it this time around. These guys are going to keep it clean through turns 1 and 2. The NapDaddy number 96 racing machine of Jonathan Smith will come down. That'll be Kevin Tanko's getting shoved out of the groove there on the top side of the racetrack. You'll have Nicholas Maynard battling door to door underneath. Oh, Chris Knighty already loose here down the bottom side of the racetrack from the dog leg. Stay green here in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series playoff cutoff race. SalesForce.com100, James Fountain, the pole sitter, leads them out here in the Phoenix International Raceway. Guys looking to get single file. Phoenix International Raceway, just a mile in length here. Chase Johnson. He's got that number 5 machine dialed in here early. He's rounding out the 6th place spot. Meanwhile, Alfonso Claudio looking to make a move on the Canadian. Alfonso Claudio is going to throw that number 85 machine around all night long, as he knows he will be racing for a championship here in 2 weeks in the Xfinity Series with his win 2 weeks ago. The first playoff race, at Talladega Superspeedway, Alfonso Claudio looking to make something shake here again. We'll move back to Showtime. Chase Johnson won the Xfinity race 2 weeks ago, spoiled the playoff party at Martinsville. The Greer, South Carolina driver trying to make something shake here. He'll lose a spot to Alfonso Claudio. Meanwhile, Blake Hochschild look down on the bottom side of the racetrack, down on the apron, trying to make some time. With the number 15 of Carter Jackson here, he'll think better of it. Nicholas Maynard powers by on the outside. The kid, Nicholas Maynard from Welford, South Carolina, you see it right there on his windshield, the MRL playoff guy. Currently sitting first back out of points right now, needing a big day tonight. Need a solid night from him. Guys are running out of the back of the field here. There goes the Rain Man Poncho McDowell from Greenville, South Carolina, along with Terry Hughes Jr. following in right behind him. She's cooked my guy. That's been the quote from Terry Hughes Jr. pretty much all year long, as he can never seem to stay out of the trouble here, trying to snap the bad luck here tonight at the Phoenix International Raceway. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard and Blake Hochschild battle door to door here. 6 laps complete in the Madness Racing League's Xfinity Series playoff cutoff race. The SalesForce.com100 live here on the Booty School Racing channel. Make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button so you don't miss a thing here. Alfonso Claudio racing for a championship in 2 weeks from now. Got the guys behind him trying to join him. Meanwhile, James Fountain's been all business here. He'll start on the pole. He's led every one of them so far tonight, blinding us here on the Booty School Racing channel with that bright glowing Red Bull machine. Meanwhile, the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesner is Krispy Kreme. Number 8, Chevy Camaro. Trying to run down the race leader here. 2 Chase Johnson racing teammates here. Brought some fast Camaros to the racetrack. They'll take the P1 and P2 spot. Meanwhile, Everett Larson, the 14-year-old from Virginia, trying to make something from Tennessee. Yeah, he's from Virginia, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But the Boot City number 07 Ford Mustang is currently locked into the championship race right now. He's currently the last in on points, just needing a solid day tonight, trying to score something for him. Keep the guys behind him. Keep you posted all day long here with the playoff implications as they keep racing here. Blake Hochschild will fall right behind the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard right there into turns 1 and 2. The number 56 of George Stetson from McCullough, Florida, driving the Exalta. Number 56 Chevy Camaro will make the trip out west here to the Phoenix International Raceway. Looking to make something shake here. Meanwhile, Alfonso Claudio will move up to the 5th place spot, trying to run down the number 21 of Connell Bolton. 2 Menards cars in the field tonight. We'll just keep a close eye on which one is what at the 81 and the 21. The Canadian, the 14-year-old, currently last right now on points, trying to make something shake here. If he could walk it off here tonight, the Phoenix International Raceway, he could find himself racing for a championship here in a couple weeks. But meanwhile, Alfonso Claudio will try to arc the corners of 3 and 4, pull the back bumper here. James Fountains led them all here with 10 laps complete. Trailing him is Corey Riptide Tesner, then Everett Larson, with Connell Bolton, the Canadian, trailing in the 4th place spot, Alfonso Claudio. We'll round out that top 5 spot with Jonathan Smith and Chase Johnson and these guys charging hard behind him. Nicholas Maynard's going to battle nose to tail here with the number 15 of Carter Jackson down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 here. We're coming to 10, 11 laps complete here in the SalesForce.com100. Alfonso Claudio under attack here by the number 96 of Jonathan Smith, who's filling in the field tonight. It'll be a Toyota and a Chevy following by a Ford behind him. Meanwhile, the Verona, Ontario Canadian of Connell Bolton in his 21 Menards machine has moved up to the 4th place spot, trying to run down Everett Larson. As we got 3 playoff guys right here, you see, in the top 5 spots with Alfonso Claudio. Going to be another playoff driver, but locked in here. Just trying to pick off some laps here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Meanwhile, he's closing the distance on the Canadian. Will Corey Tesner back it up here, trying to save a little bit of tire possibly here as James Fountain starting to stretch his lead off turn 2 here down the back stretch. 12 laps complete here These guys putting on an absolute clinic for you guys on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll go to our first commercial break of the night, and we'll be right back right after this. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for a little quick, fast and loud. That's a quick teaser for what's to come for you tonight. Right on board with the kid Nicholas Maynard, trying to make something shake here. Down one spot from what he started. He works the back bumper of the number 15 of Carter Jackson here. Can the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard get around the part-timer here? They'll race door-to-door off turn 4. Nicholas Maynard looking to complete the slide job. Will he get it done? He will. He'll take it down the bottom side of the racetrack around the number 15 of Carter Jackson. He'll complete the pass here. Meanwhile, Jonathan Smith is just falling off here from the beginning of the race, down 4 spots from where he started. Just a part-timer trying to fill in a couple spots throughout the field here. Meanwhile, Alfonso Claudio, already locked into the championship race, has moved up to the 5th place spot, trailing the back bumper of the Canadian, the Connell Bolton. Everett Larson trying to run down the race leader of Corey Tesner and James Fountain. Meanwhile, Corey Tesner is inching away at the back bumper of James Fountain here as 18 laps are in the book here. Picking them off slowly here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Jonathan Smith trying to roll to the back bumper of the number 85. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button so you don't miss a thing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Anybody with gold on the banner racing for the playoffs here, the playoff spot. The 85 battling door-to-door here with Jonathan Smith, Corey Riptide Tesner trying to diamond the corner through 1 and 2. He'll make a little better interval. He'll get it down below a second that time through turns 2. They're approaching lap traffic here at the Phoenix International Raceway. We got a battle here for the 5th place spot between Alfonso Claudio trying to get the 4th place spot from Connell Bolton, but here comes Jonathan Smith in the picture in his Nap Daddy Racing number 96 machine. He'll slide up to the back bumper. They'll try to go around the number 21 of Connell Bolton. Can the playoff driver hold him off here? He needs to. Connell Bolton, the Canadian, battling some handling issues. We'll ride on board with the Canadian from Verona, Ontario, Canada. Connell Bolton got his hands full. The 14-year-old locked into the playoffs here, just trying to keep away from these 2 guys behind him here. He needs every point possible, trying to finish in the best spot possible. And he'll do just that as he'll take it down on the dog leg here. The sun covered up by the clouds. The racetrack's going to start to cool off here. Hopefully these guys can find some grips in those race cars. These guys continue to put on a show. We'll swing back here through the field where there goes George Stetson, the Rain Man Poncho McDowell, followed by Terry Hughes Jr., still cranking it up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, trying to break the streak of all the madness, but this is the Madness Racing League, excuse me. Bobby Kyle here, the 64-year-old from Arnorfield, Georgia, trolling the back bumper here. The number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. Can he get there? Bobby Kyle way down on the paint, trying to make something shake here. The Booty Scoot Racing channel's SalesForce.com100. The battle right here for the 4th place spot is still not going away here. So you see Nicholas Maynard and Chris Knighty want to make contact here. Chris Knighty a lap down here early. Phoenix International Raceway. Not a playoff contender, but that Green Machine Racing Chevy Camaro trying to find some grip in it at the current moment. Can he get it done here? Jonathan Smith slowly lost a little bit of gap behind Alfonso Claudio and the rest of these guys. He's allowed Showtime Chase Johnson to put his nose into the picture, but meanwhile, here comes the kid, Nicholas Maynard. Off turn 2, headed to turns 3 and 4, trying to make something shake here, needing the victory. Really needing a solid day. He's the first guy out on points, but meanwhile, James Fountain trying to walk it off here at the Phoenix International Raceway. He could score the victory, lock himself in. He's currently scored 0 points this entire playoffs. It's just been abysmal for him. But if he's going to do that, he's going to have to run from his teammate of Corey Riptide Tesner, driving the number 8 Krispy Kreme Chevy Camaros. He's closed the gap up on him here, looking to make a move down into turns 3 and 4. James Fountain will leave the door open off turns 3 and 4. Corey Tesner will stick his nose in there. Not able to complete the pass. James Fountain to get the lap led that time around. These two's putting on an absolute clinic here. Meanwhile, the battle for the race leads up top. The guys that were fighting for that 4th and 5th place spot have really sawed off here. Everett Larson right there in the number 07. Currently trying to make something shake here. He's a playoff driver riding out in the 3rd place spot. If he could just keep it together, score some points here. Corey Tesner is going to ease it back here, try to save a little something, get another shot at the back bumper of the number 24, James Fountain here. Couple playoff guys moving through the field here. Pit strategies up in the air. These guys can go about 58 to 60 laps, I believe, is what I heard from the admin. Don't quote me that quite yet here, but we've been green so far on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That's all you could ever ask for. With 26 laps completed out of 100, we're more than a quarter of a way through here. Make sure you slap that like button. Press that follow button so you don't miss a thing here in the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The number 85 of Alfonso Claudio will swoop through the back bumper here. And the sun will peek back out from behind the clouds here. The number 96 of Jonathan Smith's going to look down the bottom side of the dog leg here. He'll fall back in line. Try to inch away at the back bumper here, close up the gap. But meanwhile, Showtime Chase Johnson and Nicholas Maynard will tag the wall there, but he's closing up the gap to Showtime Chase Johnson and the rest of these guys. Nicholas Maynard on the charge here. Another playoff drive. Try to make something shake here. Everett Larson in charge of the grouping behind him. Lead him in the 3rd place spot. Meanwhile, Corey Tesner, James Fountain continue to put on a show here for the race lead. Corey Tesner sideways going on the corner. We'll ride on board with Corey Riptide Tesner from Greer, South Carolina. Batting on his Chase Johnson racing teammate of James Fountain. James Fountain just trying to be smooth and consistent. He'll fly down into turns 3 and 4. Corey Tesner will lift early. Feather the throttle, you hear it right there. Trying to make something shake off turn 4. Can he get to the back bumper? Battle is not going away here between Alfonso Claudio and this Canadian of Connell Bolton. Still trying to make his name. He's way down in the standings on the playoff. He needs to win here tonight to really get it through here. Jordan D, another playoff driver, not in the field, along with John Michael Bryant. 2 honorable mentions. They were not able to make the trip out west here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Jonathan Smith will get around the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio. It's under attack here. It looks like the number 96 of Jonathan Smith here, part-time, filling in the field from Goldsboro, North Carolina, and saved a little something on the back half of that Chevy Camaro. So he's beginning to run down the 14-year-old Canadian here. The perks of running the race than not having to run for championship points or playoff points. You can race a little more aggressively the way that you like to. Meanwhile, James Fountain and Corey Tesner still battling door-to-door here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Both of these guys looking to score the victory here at the SalesForce.com100. 30 laps are in the book here. James Fountain, Corey Tesner will take the top 2 spots here. Everett Larson in the 3rd place spot with Connell Bolton still holding off that 4th place spot. Jonathan Smith in the 5th place spot with Chase Johnson in the 6th place spot with Alfonso Claudio. Charging hard here. Down 2 spots where it was just that Nicholas Maynard around out the 8th place spot this time around with Kevin Tankos trying to charge hard here. Another playoff driver. Corey Tesner, James Fountain flying into turns 1 and 2 here, excuse me. Both of these guys trying to stay up front here, score the victory. James Fountain, a playoff driver, needing the victory here. The Phoenix International Raceway to advance on. But these laps led underneath this belt are going to help damn well. as he'll dive down into turns 3 and 4. James Fountain to scoot up out of the corner. Corey Tesner will lose a little bit of time that time around. Corey Tesner a 29.52. James Fountain a 29.55. So Corey Tesner just a tad faster that time around in the corner. Both of these guys melting some rubber on the racetrack as they slide up and down the racetrack. Meanwhile, the number 96 of Jonathan Smith is under attack by Showtime Chase Johnson. So all three Showtime Chase Johnson race cars, or Chase Johnson Racing, you name it, bad fast here at the Phoenix International Raceway, charging through the field is the owner right there, the number 5 of Chase Johnson. Meanwhile, Jonathan Smith will look below there. Connell Bolton, the Canadian will hold him off here. 34 laps complete here in the SalesForce.com100. Approaching pit stops here. We'll take another commercial break here. We'll be right back right after this. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, Chase Johnson will slap the wall right there. Jonathan Smith's all over the back bumper of the Canadian of Connell Bolton. Connell Bolton will leave him a little lane off turn 4 there. He'll drive up towards the wall. These guys putting on an absolute show here. Showtime Chase Johnson. Meanwhile, James Fountain has separated himself just a tad bit more from Corey Tesner. Unless Corey Tesner is trying to peel back something for later in the run here. Again, these guys can go about 50 to 60 laps on gas here. Switching back here for the battle for the fourth place spot, excuse me. He's on our way. Jonathan Smith looking on the inside of the 21. Contact's being made. Jonathan Smith will hit Connell Bolton. They'll go into the wall. The caution flag will come out. Looks like Jonathan Smith was done playing with the Canadian. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for Madness Racing League instant replay. The Canadian of Connell Bolton, as you see, Peter the pace car getting ready to fire that thing up, come out here. We'll throw it down on the racetrack here, slow motion. Jonathan Smith just gets it to the left rear of Connell Bolton, sends him up the racetrack. Connell Bolton comes back down to try to shove him down. Jonathan Smith will finish him off here at the Phoenix Raceway, but Connell Bolton able to save that thing. The caution flag looks like it's flown here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Connell Bolton will keep it straight here after contact with Jonathan Smith. We've seen them battling back and forth there. The battle is heating up there for that 5th place spot. Nicholas Maynard looks like he'll be able to swing on by with Alfonso Claudio and Chase Johnson as well, with no damage on those race cars. Alfonso Racing Board Championship, Nicholas Maynard in the playoffs, looking to make something shake here tonight. So it's big news there, but the Canadian of Connell Bolton will bring out the first caution flag tonight here on the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Playoffs Cutoff Race, SalesForce.com100. Live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on the TikTok platform. We'll jump back up here. James Fountain was able to hold the race lead off there. He's led every lap so far from the pole. 39 laps completed, coming to 40 in the books here. James Fountain will lead him down the pit road behind Peter the pace car here. Corey Tesner will get the 2nd place spot, with Everett Larson, another playoff driver, needing a good finish here tonight in the 3rd place spot. Chris Snyder will fake him out. Chase Johnson will go in. Alfonso Claudio will go in. Nicholas Maynard going to go off strategy here. Another playoff driver. He'll stay out. Jonathan Smith will come down pit road after contact with the Canadian of Connell Bolton on the inside of Kevin Tankos. We'll pull in right behind them with Carter Jackson, Blake Hochschild, Poncho McDowell, and Terry Hughes Jr. James Fountain, 45 miles an hour, agonizing slow around this pit road, but James Fountain should have the benefit of the doubt here. He'll get the first pit box here. The rest of these guys are going to fill in the field here. We'll throw on the back half of pit road here. Just got to go to the green line or the green cone here. You're done with your pit stop. James Fountain's got it pulled in here. Nicholas Maynard stays out on the racetrack with Bobby Kyle, George Stetson. It looks like it's going to be Nick Crawford. Everett Larson's going to win the battle off pit road. James Fountain will get 2nd. Corey Tesler will get 3rd. Chase Johnson and Alfonso Claudio battle. Chase Johnson will get it over Alfonso. Here comes the Canadian Connell Bolton. Jonathan Smith over Kevin Tankos, yes. Terry Hughes Jr. is going to come out behind Poncho Rainman McDowell. That'll do it there on pit road. Pit stops are in the book. James Fountain, the race leader, brings him down. He'll come back out in the 5th place spot. The kid, Nicholas Maynard, needing the laps led here. Adding some points to his total score. He'll lead him here on the restart with Bobby Kyle in the 2nd place spot. George Stetson in the 3rd place spot with Nick Crawford in the 4th place spot. James Fountain on 4 fresh tires and the rest of the field behind him. And the 5th spot back, with the 5th place spot back. The kid's going to have to run for his life here with Bobby Kyle and George Stetson and Nick Crawford here. Tire strategy must be the thing. We'll throw out the pit stop lap here. You see it, how they run right there. You see the blues coming around as they finish the lap here. The top 4 stay out. James Fountain will be the first one here on 4 fresh tires. Nicholas Maynard will go door to door with Peter the pace car here. We'll flip it back to the main channel here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel so you don't miss a thing here. Nicholas Maynard, the race leader. Bobby Kyle on the outside. George Stetson in 3rd place. Nick Crawford in 4th place. James Fountain will get the 5th place spot with Corey Tesner in the 6th place spot. Chase Johnson will get the 7th place spot with Alfonso Claudio in the 8th place spot. The Canadian Connell Bolton will get the 9th place spot. Kevin Tankos will round out the top 10 here. Shoot it back to the front of the field here. Nicholas Maynard will fire it off in the restart zone with Bobby Kyle on the outside of him here. See if we can't log off some more green flag laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. So we're almost halfway done so far on the cutoff race. Which 3 are going to join Alfonso Claudio, the number 85 right there in front of you in the Madness Racing League playoffs. Nicholas Maynard bring him to the restart zone. He'll fire off for back green in Phoenix. Guys are going to fan it out 3 wide all throughout the racetrack. Nicholas Maynard gets an excellent jump into turns 1 and 2. Door bang between Jonathan Smith. He'll lock it up. Caution flag will fly. Wow, as soon as we can go green, we're back yellow. We'll back that ass up on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for another Madness Racing League instant replay. That's the number 96 of Jonathan Smith. Door banging. Well, it looks like it's going to be Corey Riptide Tesner here. We'll get a better angle. We'll bring it down in here. Corey Riptide Tesner on the top of the dog leg, looking to find a spot. Wasn't clear. He had to stay where he was. Jonathan Smith, don't see him. Makes contact. Jonathan Smith will slide through your living room, folks. Right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like everybody else is going to be able to get through it. Nick Crawford sideways. James Fountain contact with Chase Johnson. Thank God for a replay. James Fountain looks like he's going to be able to save that race car. Not much damage. The 2 teammates will collide here. Jonathan Smith will go ahead and take it down pit road here. The disaster strikes here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll jump back to the race leader of Nicholas Maynard here. Still catch Peter the pace car. Bobby Kyle will round out that 2nd place spot. George Stetson will get the 3rd place spot. The Canadians still get that 4th place spot. Corey Tesner. Door bang. But Jonathan Smith will stay out on the racetrack. He'll receive the 4th place spot. I mean the 5th place spot this time around. Showtime Chase Johnson's going to be registered in front of him though first. Then Alfonso Claudio, Blake Koschchild, Nick Crawford. Back under the caution here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll be right back here. Don't go nowhere. Make sure you slap that like button. Press that follow button. It's Nicholas Maynard and the rest of these guys are going to come down pit road with Bobby Kyle and George Stetson. Showtime Chase Johnson's going to redeem the lead here with his Showtime Chase Johnson racing teammate of Corey Riptide Tesner. Nicholas Maynard bringing them down pit road from the race lead. We'll be right back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as they just received the 1 to go flag here. With 45 laps remaining in the Madness Racing League's Xfinity Series playoffs, cutoff race, SalesForce.com100. Things have just shaken up big time here as James Fountain goes from being the race leader down pit road to the 5th place spot on brand new tires, looking to make something shake here. It was all in his hands. Him and Showtime Chase Johnson, who's currently sitting in the race lead here, made contact with one another. I'm not sure, but James Fountain's probably just as clueless as everybody else on what just happened so fast. Connell Bolton, the Canadian, will start on the outside with Chase Johnson here. Corey Riptide Tesner, Chase Johnson's teammate, will be right behind him in the number 8 Krispy Kreme Chevy Camaro. Blake Koschchild will move up to the 5th place spot. He'll have Alfonso Claudio on the outside. Will fire off for back green in Phoenix. Guys fanning out everywhere. Immediately when the green flag starts here, we're going to be 3 wide down into turns 1 and 2. Everett Larson will look to the inside of Nick Crawford here. Nicholas Maynard as well. The two niggas are going to battle through turns 1 and 2 here. Door to door off turn 2. Nicholas Maynard will blow right by the number 48. Damage all over that race car of Nick Crawford from West Virginia. Looking to join an active team, make sure you get at the number 48 Queso machine of large car Nick Crawford. He's got a little bit of damage, but he's also a fabricator, so that's what comes along with it here. Make sure you get him up. Oh, guys, we're going to go spinning here. Big pile up on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, the big one in Phoenix. Holy cow, multiple guys involved, multiple playoff guys involved. We will back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as we always do. Disaster strikes in Phoenix in the playoff race. Guys going for every bit of racetrack that they can. That's Kevin Tanko's driving the number 4 Budweiser machine. A playoff driver needing a great run here tonight. We'll have to see where all this shakes up and happens. Look, it's going to start up here with the Canadian of Connell Bolton. And him and Alfonso Claudio is going to make contact here. Let's take a look at what happened on the Booty Scoot Racing channels. The big one has just struck through the dogleg. Connell Bolton's going to get loose. Trying to stay off Corey Tesner, it looks like here. They'll slide here. They'll slide back up the racetrack. Blake Koschchild's going to make contact. And Everett Larson and the rest of these guys are just going to go flying. Kevin Tanko's trouble. Everett Larson trouble. Alfonso Claudio trouble as well. Everett Larson's got the hood up on that race car. Another playoff driver. Did not need that. Kevin Tanko's as well. A playoff driver. Up in the point standings along with Connell Bolton. That's going to do the day for him. And that'll end the championship hopes for the Canadian of Connell Bolton. We were just talking about him all race long. We will flip it back over here to the main broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the big one strikes here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The Connell Bolton Canadian driving the number 21 Menards machine. Looks like it's going to do it for him. And that might end his championship hopes here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Kevin Tanko's damage on that race car. It's still fired up and rolling. It's going to turn off turn 2 here, bring it down pit road. Connell Bolton's left front tire won't even spin on that thing. Green Machine Racing of Chris Knighty will bring it around here. He's able to escape through the mess there. Paul Wolf damage to the front of that race car as well from Big Rapids, Michigan. The Mellow Yellow number 9 machine just might be cooked here. Meanwhile, the biggest benefiter is going to be Nicholas Maynard. And looks like Poncho McDowell. The Rain Man's able to get through that. He's on the lead lap here. He'll find himself in the 4th place spot. Nicholas Maynard will bring it down pit road, go from the lead to the back, right back to the 3rd place spot here behind Corey Riptide Tesner. Showtime Chase Johnson and his Chase Johnson Racing teammate Corey Tesner will take over the front row here. Disaster strikes on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and playoff guys are affected. Could you imagine? Things are going to get spicy here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Playoff driver Kevin Tanko's guys will hut the wall. They'll beat the ever-living hell out of that race car. Alfonso Claudio racing for a championship in 2 weeks. So his guys will laugh it off because they know they're locked in here. Everett Larson, another playoff driver, parked it on pit road right now, trying to get some damage fixed on that race car. Jonathan Smith, a part-timer. The continue of bad luck for Terry Hughes Jr. continues, but the race car's still moving, unlike any other time. He'll come back out on the racetrack this time around. Keep his step from going a lap down as the pace car with Corey Tesner and Chase Johnson coming around right here. They should get the 1 to go sign this time around. Yes, Corey Tesner will pull it to the side of his Chase Johnson Racing teammate. Nicholas Vander will get the 3rd place spot with Poncho McDowell in the 4th place spot. Carter Jackson, the winner of the TNA Truck Series race at the Chicago Street Course last night, will get that 5th place spot right here. Looking to make something shake in the Xfinity Series. Nick Crawford from West Virginia will round out the 6th place spot here. Accent Damage looking for a team. Look at this guy right here battling for top 5 at the halfway point. James Fountain trying to make his way back through the field here. Damn near led them all so far to the point of the night. Goes to the pits and disaster strikes. He's caught up in both times. Bobby Kyle, Paul Wolf will round out the 9th to 10th place spot with Chris Knighty and his Green Machine Racing right there, getting the 11th place spot. Terry Hughes Jr. will round out the 13th place spot. Jonathan Smith off pit road. Kevin Tanko is the playoff driver. Might be done for the day, along with Connell Bolton and Blake Hochschild. So 2 playoff drivers on the front row here. This might be absolutely cooked. Their playoff chances for racing for a championship just might be over. Meanwhile, the number 02, Nicholas Maynard, will fill behind Chase Johnson. He'll fire back off for back green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chase Johnson will take it down the bottom side of the racetrack. They'll fan it on the dog leg here. Try to pick off some laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Two quick cautions, excuse me. Meanwhile, Chris Knighty's going to get shoved out of the corner there. He'll get moved out of the groove. Triple Deuce Green Racing Machine will keep pushing here on Phoenix International Raceway. Look at all the damaged vehicles in the field here. The Madness Racing League's Xfinity Series playoff cutoff race. The SalesForce.com100. So back up here to the front of the field. Battle for the race lead already. That's Corey Tesner. Look at the passage. Chase Johnson racing teammate early here on the restart. Corey Tesner will try to put the power down. Will he get it? Yes, it's Krispy Kreme number 8 Chevy Camaro. We'll get around his Showtime Chase Johnson teammate. Out here comes the kid and Nicholas Maynard looking to pass Chase Johnson. He'll get it done. Nick Maynard will roll across the outside bumper of Corey Tesner. Excuse me. They'll battle door to door through turns 3 and 4. Corey Tesner in full control here. 53 laps complete. The SalesForce.com100 battle for the race lead. Shoot back here. The rest of these field 3 wide going into turn 1. Nick Crawford will think better of it. He'll let Everett Larson. And the 07 Everett Larson back out on the racetrack. The playoff driver trying to make something shake here. That car is brutally effed up. Almost said it, but I won't. Ladies and gentlemen, Everett Larson trying to battle door to door with Paul Wolf, but just won't have it in him. Meanwhile, the number 47 of Poncho McDowell slide up the top side of the racetrack here. We're going to make something shake on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He's up 6 spots from where he started. The rain man, Poncho McDowell, can dodge the rain, but cannot dodge the race cars as they've torn up the right front of that race car. Meanwhile, Everett Larson's got some damage on it, but he's making something shake here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Poncho McDowell will scrape the wall once more, battling some handling issues. We must know Alfonso Claudio. Looks like that left rear is going to have a little bit of damage in it, but it'll clear it. So you won't have a finger rub here of Alfonso Claudio. Again, racing for a championship in 2 weeks, just trying to log off some laps here. And we approach the 55 lap mark, coming to 56 this time around. Corey Tesner in full control here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Nicholas Maynard will get the 2nd place spot. James Ballard back up to the 3rd place spot here. Looking to take control of the race once more where he was before here. Chase Johnson slowly falling back in the 4th place spot. Carter Jackson in the 5th place spot. Nicholas Maynard will get the quickest lap that time, 28.72. James Ballard, 28.80. Corey Tesner, 28.84. Nicholas Maynard will close the distance up on Corey Tesner. You can see it visibly. Corey Tesner on a burner this time down into turns 3 and 4. Battle for the race lead here at the Phoenix International Raceway. We'll look back here the rest of the field. Corey Tesner will lead the lap. 28.75 for Corey Tesner. 28.80 for Nicholas Maynard and James Fallon. So Corey Tesner pulls away a little bit right there that time around. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the race lead here. Nicholas Maynard needing the win to lock himself into the championship. So does James Fountain here. Could we possibly have a battle between these two guys down the road? But we'll jump back here to George Stetson, driver number 56 from McCullough, Florida. Battling door to door with Terry Hughes Jr., but Terry Hughes Jr. is just not even going to think about it. George Stetson will look underneath the bottom of Paul Wolf here off turns 3 and 4. Paul Wolf from Big Rapids, Michigan, driving the number Yellow, number 9 machine. Was tossed around at the Martinsville Speedway. Didn't like the way that some of these guys raced with him, but he brought it back out here tonight. It's got a piece underneath him if he can bring it home. He's currently sitting in the 8th place spot. George Stetson on the move up to the 7th place spot. What a run by the number 777 of Bobby Kyle here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The 64-year-old putting on a show from Martinsville, Georgia. For you folks, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Kyle up to the 6th place spot here, showing the young bucks how to do it. In front of him will be the number 15 of Carter Jackson. Meanwhile, Terry Hughes Jr. And these guys are going to battle hard for the 10th place spot. We'll jump back up here to the race lead. Nicholas Maynard, Corey Tesner, James Fountain still trailing 1, 2, and 3 here as they approach 40 laps remaining in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series playoffs. Cutoff race, SalesForce.com100. James Fountain looking to make a move on Nicholas Maynard. He'll close the gap up just a little bit there. And it turns 1 and 2. Corey Tesner takes the high line. Nicholas Maynard will take the bottom, dominate out. 29-17 for Corey Tesner last time. 28-9-1 for Nicholas Maynard. 28-9-5 for James Fountain. See what they get this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys putting on a show here. 2 contenders for the playoffs. With Corey Tesner trying to spoil it. 29-11 for Corey Tesner. 29-07 for Nicholas Maynard. A 29-02 for James Fountain. James Fountain on the move here. These 3 guys putting on an absolute clinic for you folks on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Corey Tesner looking to get to the end here. Can he score his first victory in the Xfinity Series? He's really turned it around the last 2 weeks. If he did not have the race that he wanted at the Martinsville Speedway, but better off than what he's had all year long. He's only finished 3 races. The rest of them he's been wrecked out and or hasn't been able to make it to the show. Meanwhile, Terry Hughes Jr. and George Stetson, Alfonso Claudio might make something shake up the middle here, but he won't. Corey Tesner still out front here. He'll run a 29.04 last time around. Nicholas Maynard a 28.98. James Fountain a 29.09. 62 laps complete in the books here in the SalesForce.com100. This is the cutoff race, folks. Nicholas Maynard will stay high off the dogleg. Corey Tesner will cut it with James Fountain here. Nicholas Maynard going to make up a little more ground right there. Can he roll the back bumper of the number 8? He'll get there. Corey Tesner will be able to fend it off turns 2 here. James Fountain in the rearview mirror trying to make something shake here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You see James Fountain. Nicholas Maynard is going to blow the corner just a tad here. Look to the outside of Corey Tesner. Won't get it. Corey Tesner will pull around that time. A 29.22 for Corey Tesner. 29.31 for Nicholas Maynard. James Fountain a 29.16, but he's stuck behind the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard look back down low on the bottom side. These guys racing each other absolutely clean, giving each other room, giving each other lanes. Wherever one goes, the other doesn't. Terry Hughes Jr. drove that thing up here to the 7th place spot. The bad luck looking like it might be snapped here tonight if he can get a great finish. James Fountain all over the back bumper of the 0-2. Looks like a little contact might have been made right there between the 0-2 and the 24 of James Fountain. They'll drive down into turns 1 and 2 here. Nicholas Maynard will again roll to the back bumper of the 8 of Corey Tesner, but he won't get there. James Fountain trying to dominate off turn 2. Can he get to the back bumper of Nicholas Maynard? 35 laps remaining here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on the SalesForce.com100. Battle for the race lead right there in front of you. We'll go to another commercial break. We'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere. ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That's the battle for the race lead between James Fountain and Corey Riptide Tesner. These two putting on an absolute show. Nicholas Maynard's falling back to the third place spot here. Falling out of touch with the rest of these guys. James Fountain runs a 29.35 the last time around. Corey Tesner 29.50. These guys continuing to battle it out here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Corey Riptide Tesner's turning his season around right here. Might not be a playoff driver, but he's definitely trying to lock one of those trophies and put it on his wall. He can secure the victory here tonight. Excuse me, I'm stuttering all over my words. It's James Fountain's all over the back bumper. James Fountain trying to make something shake here at the Phoenix International Raceway under behind Corey Riptide Tesner. James Fountain, the winner of the Gen 6 part-time Cup Series race at Phoenix International Raceway. Can he go back-to-back in individual series? But this time it's for a playoff spot as he's currently dead last in the point standing. 0 points scored for him so far. Needing the victory here tonight, but the guy behind him, the other playoff driver, the kid Nicholas Maynard from Welford, South Carolina, currently the first back on points right now, needing a good run underneath his belt. We have to shoot all the way back to a lap down. The caution flag is flowing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Not sure what has happened here. Everett Larson, the rest of these guys are slowing down. We'll have to back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Take a look and see exactly what happened. Not very sure which one of these guys may have had contact. We'll throw up a Madness Racing League instant replay. If we were just getting down and dirty, it's like it's going to be the number 56 of George Stetson going around here. We'll back that ass up on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, as we always do. He'll slide a good bit here. Looks like him and Alfonso Claudio are going to make contact. We'll dive it down here. Take a look and see what happens. Alfonso Claudio looks like he wasn't anticipating the brake check that early. Gets it to the left rear. George Stetson sends him up the racetrack in front of these great fans, but some excellent driving from the Ocala, Florida, number 56 driver of George Stetson. He'll keep it off the wall there. Caution flag is out here. Meanwhile, Corey Riptide Tesner, the race leader, was getting tensed up by James Fountain. That'll bunch him back up here. We'll re-rack them on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And I would say these guys would come in the pit this time around when they catch the pace car for their final set of tires. Corey Riptide Tesner taking care of business. Should be his theme song, because that's what he's been doing. And James Fountain right behind him here. Will we have anybody trying to throw off a little bit of strategy shakers? Don't like we will. Corey Tesner's going to lead him down pit road. James Fountain will get the second place spot here on pit road with Nicholas Maynard in the third place spot. Carter Jackson and Everett Larson a lap down there in front of him. Carter Jackson on the lead lap. He'll get the fourth place spot with Chase Johnson in the fifth place spot. An agonizing 45 miles an hour around the pit lane here at the Phoenix International Raceway. And they got to do a complete turn to see James Fountain all over the back bumper of the number 8 Krispy Kreme machine of Corey Riptide Tesner. Trying to get him to screw up, maybe possibly speed on pit road here. The rest of these guys, Nicholas Maynard will pull into his box. These guys are going to jack up the right side of that race car. Looks like it's going to be Goodyear tires for him as well. James Fountain, Corey Tesner, the rest of these guys will pull in. We'll see who will get the battle off pit road here. Is Nicholas Maynard, guys. It's going to be 4 tires for the kid of Nicholas Maynard. James Fountain got the first box on pit road here. Can he secure it, get it back off? That's what he's qualified great for. James Fountain off, he'll win the battle off pit road. Corey Tesner will get second. Nicholas Maynard will get third. Carter Jackson will get fourth. It's going to be a close one between Terry Hughes Jr. and Bobby Kyle. Terry Hughes Jr. is going to get the fifth place spot over Bobby Kyle off pit road. Here comes the other folks around. Looks like that's going to be the number 9 of Paul Wolf there in the Mellow Yellow machine. He'll get the 7th place spot off pit road. James Fountain uses that so great pit box here at the Phoenix International Raceway. He sits on the pole. He'll reap the benefit of having that first pit box on pit road. Car's been through a disaster from the lead to the back to 2 wrecks back to the lead here as he ran door to door with Corey Tesner and Nicholas Maynard for about 15 laps here. These guys are putting on a clinic for you folks on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It'll be James Fountain, the race leader here when we restart here. Approaching 25 laps remaining. Corey Tesner will get the 2nd place spot. Nicholas Maynard will get the 3rd place spot. Carter Jackson will get the 4th place spot. Terry Hughes Jr. will get the 4th place spot. Trying to snap the bad luck streak here. Bobby Kyle, the 64-year-old, will get the 6th place spot. Paul Wolf will get the 7th place spot with George Stetson catching the tail end of the field for the 8th place spot. Alfonso Claudio, Racing for a championship in 2 weeks, already locked in. will get the 9th place spot. Chase Johnson, snubbed from the playoffs here in the Xfinity Series, racing for a championship in the Cup Series. He'll get the 10th place spot. Chris Knighty back on the racetrack, along with Nick Roffer. James Fountain here, needing the victory here at the Phoenix International Raceway, as he's currently last in on points. The victory will lock himself into the championship race 2 weeks from now for a chance to win the championship in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. Nicholas Maynard, the guy right behind him, just as hungry. Currently the last in, well, the first in. If somebody was to lose on points here, Nicholas Maynard can scoot his way up very easily. James Fountain to bring it to the restart. On fire for back green in Phoenix. Playoff implications are up in the air here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Corey Tesner, Nicholas Maynard will battle door-to-door down at turn 22 here. Corey Tesner, Nicholas Maynard going to be door-to-door here. Nicholas Maynard is going to take the bottom line. Corey Tesner is going to take the top line. They're going to battle door-to-door. James Fountain loves what he sees in his mirror. James Fountain in control here. He'll take it down to the turns 3 and 4 here. Corey Tesner, Nicholas Maynard. Corey Tesner is going to pitch Nicholas Maynard down the corner. These guys battling door-to-door here. 24 laps remaining in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. Nicholas Maynard's got his hands full through the dog leg. Down into turns 3 and 4, the battle for the 2nd place spot is on. Nicholas Maynard trying to make a move around Corey Tesner, not able to do it. Off of turn 2, they'll go door-to-door once more. James Fountain, meanwhile, pulling away here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Nicholas Maynard will let Corey Tesner by. Going into turns 3 and 4, as James Fountain begins to sail away here. These guys got to get it in order, running back down here. His laps are going to peel off quick with 23 laps remaining here in the Madness Racing League. 23 laps remaining, 23 miles, however you see it remaining in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 1 here. Been an excellent season on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I've enjoyed broadcasting each and every single one of these Xfinity events here. Make sure you're posted around and you slap that like button, you press that follow button. Don't miss a thing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on the SalesForce.com100. That's the number 15 of Carter Jackson. Trying to make something shake here, a part-timer in the Napa Auto Parts. Almost had it made at the Charlotte Motor Speedway and won himself into the playoffs. They'll run out of gas with 2 laps remaining here, and he'll be snubbed for the playoffs here. But trying to make something shake here, the Phoenix International Raceway, get that trophy on his wall if he can secure the victory. Meanwhile, the kid Nicholas Maynard will fall back to the 3rd place spot behind Corey Riptide Tesner, trying to chase down James Fountain here. You see the gap here, 21 laps remaining in the SalesForce.com100. We'll take our final break here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll be right back after this. James Fountain leads them in Phoenix. From the Phoenix International Raceway, the SalesForce.com100 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The number 9 of Paul Wolf battling some handling conditions there underneath the commercial brake. Excuse me. He's behind the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio. We'll do one final rundown throughout the field here as we approach 15 laps. 10 laps remaining will be here before you know it. Get you all caught up to date here of what could possibly happen as James Fountain right there, the pole sitter, It's been the dominant car pretty much all night long here. Got caught when he went down the pit stop on the strategy here, and the guy was piled up in front of him here, but he's been able to bring that 24 Red Bull machine back to the front here. Currently last on points. If you looked at the stats on the bottom right under the commercial break, literally no points scored for James Fountain, needing the victory here tonight. If he can walk it off at the Phoenix International Raceway and win his way into the championship race, Chase Johnson Racing can have a contender in the Xfinity Series playoff championship race, along with James Fountain. Behind him is the next playoff guy, Nicholas Maynard, the kid from Welford, South Carolina, currently back on points. He's the first guy out, needing something big here. Currently in the third place spot, is paying out 30 points. If he could ever get to the back bumper of Corey Riptide Tesner and get 10 more to add him to the bank here, he needs every bit that he can get, as he'll stay out on the pit strategy, get some lap sled underneath his belt there. So he's already secured, I believe, 3 to 4 points underneath his belt on lap sled. The kid trying to make something shake here in Phoenix. Then you have to jump all the way back to Alfonso Claudio from KA, Puerto Rico. The U.S. Navy veteran has already won his way in at the Talladega Superspeedway to the championship race. He is racing for a championship in 2 weeks from now. Alfonso Claudio just learning his faith on who he's going to race here with 13 laps remaining. You're going to have to shake all the way back down to Everett Larson. It's been an abysmal day for Everett Larson. A playoff guy gets piled up. He'll go a lap down to the number 24 race leader, James Fountain, right there in front of you. The front end of that car absolutely smashed here. Everett Larson, I believe, down 5 laps here, registered on my ticker. You have to scoot back down to Kevin Tanko, who's off the racetrack currently at the moment for the other playoff driver. Kevin Tanko's, I really can't even begin to describe the bad luck there, the big pile up. We had the big one here at the Phoenix International Raceway. James Fountain, though, continues to lead him here. The Canadian Connell Bolton off the racetrack as well. As you see it, the Canadian from Verona, Ontario, Canada, gets door banging with John Smith early. Just never really faded back to him. He has to miss the championship race. His playoffs in early with Everett Larson. Paul Wolf, though, still battling those handling conditions here. 11 laps remain here at the SalesForce.com100, the Madness Racing League's Xfinity Series playoffs cutoff race. Meanwhile, James Fountain is trying to run away from Corey Tesner and Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard has closed the gap up over Corey Riptide Tesner. Nicholas Maynard, 28.19 that last time around. Corey Tesner, 27.86. Nicholas Maynard trying to close up the gap here, with 11 laps remaining. Needing every point added to his total score if he can get, but meanwhile, James Fountain sailing away here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Ten laps remain here. Chase Johnson working around the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. for the 5th place spot here. Chase Johnson in the 5th place spot, going to pay out 10 points to him. Terry Hughes Jr. will get loose and smack the wall there. Bobby Kyle looking to make something shake down the bottom side of the racetrack. Terry Hughes Jr. try to leave him a lane best as much. He's got damage on the left rear of that race car already, battling some tough conditions. Bobby Kyle stay on top of the racetrack, won't cut the dog leg. That'll throw Terry Hughes Jr. for a loop. Let's guarantee it. Bobby Kyle's going to work underneath the number 81 here. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson trying to get to the back bumper. The number 15 of Carter Jackson running part-time here tonight. He's currently sitting in the 4th place spot, And Everett Larson, the lap car, is going to be able to help with that, as Chase Johnson's going to put the bumper to the back of the number 15 of Carter Jackson here. As the battle for the 4th place spot is on. Can Chase Johnson clear himself through the dog leg? Not quite able to clear himself through the dog leg. They'll battle door to door. Chase Johnson will slide up the racetrack along with number 15 of Carter Jackson. Side by side off turn 2. Battle for the 4th place spot. Every point matters in the Madness Racing League. Carter Jackson currently in the 20 points paying spot. Chase Johnson wants every bit of it. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard will get around Corey Riptide Tesner. We were too busy looking back at the battle between Showtime Chase Johnson. Can Corey Tesner put it back together and run down Nicholas Maynard? Nicholas Maynard back up to the 2nd place spot. 40 points if he can finish. Can he run down James Fountain? James Fountain coming off turn 4. 7 laps, coming to 6 laps remaining in the SalesForce.com100. Can James Fountain do the impossible and walk off and win his way into the championship series from absolutely 0 points in the bottom of the leaderboard? That thing's been bad fast all night long. Looks like it's trailing the bottom side of the racetrack really good. We'll ride on board with the race leader, James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina, as he powers down the back straightaway. He's trying to bring it on home here in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series cutoff race. This is the last race before the championship. Can James Fountain join Alfonso Claudio? Can Nicholas Maynard run him down here? Nicholas Maynard running away from Corey Tesner here late. There's a lap car of Chris Knighty. It's going to be in between them here. Corey Tesner's going to have to work his way around the Green Machine Racing triple deuce of Chris Knighty. He'll scrape the wall that time around. Meanwhile, Jonathan Smith back out on the racetrack on the lead lap, trying to run down the 10th place spot between George Stetson that's in front of him, Bobby Kyle. Putting on a show here up to the 7th place spot, the old timer, the 64-year-old from Arnoldville, Georgia. Showing these guys how it's done here. The old folk out here putting off some laps. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard trying to run down James Fountain with 4 laps remaining. James Fountain, heart rate must be going through the roof here. Corey Riptide Tesner trying to run down Nicholas Maynard, sitting in the 3rd place spot. 2 Chase Johnson Racing teammates in the top 3, really the top 5 here. There's the owner-driver, Chase Johnson himself. 3 Chase Johnson Racing Chevy Camaros in the top 5. They did not come to play the night. Meanwhile, James Fountain will crawl through turns 1 and 2 here on the middle side of the racetrack, trying to diamond his way home here. 3 laps remaining in the Madness Racing League. SalesForce.com100, Terry Hughes Jr. just needs 3 more miles, excuse me, to break the streak of bad luck for him. He'll finally be able to finish a race here. Currently running in the 5th place spot. Carter Jackson back down to that 5th place spot. Chase Johnson trying to make something shape. James Fountain, 2 laps remain here in the cutoff race in the SalesForce.com100 for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series playoffs. James Fountain will see the white flag this time around when he comes to the checkered flag. Next time around, he could possibly have done the impossible. James Fountain through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag in the air this time around, sponsored by AFLglobal.com. James Fountain, the race leader there. There's the 2nd place guy of Nicholas Maynard. Corey Tesner trailing across now. James Fountain will roll it through turns 1 and 2 for the final time tonight. Head down the back straightaway at the Phoenix International Raceway. James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina, looking to do the impossible here in the Madness Racing League. He'll take it down the bottom side of the racetrack through 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. James Fountain will slide up out of the corner, and James Fountain will win the SalesForce.com100 and walk it off, and he'll race for a championship in 2 weeks at the Michigan International Raceway. Right on board with James Fountain, pumping his fist around. You hear the radio going crazy. James Fountain will race with Alfonso Claudio, who will bring it home right now in the 8th place spot right there. James Fountain racing for a championship here on the Madness Racing League 2 weeks from now in the Xfinity Series at the Michigan International Raceway. Nicholas Maynard will get the 2nd place spot. Corey Tesner and his Chase Johnson Racing teammates, Chase Johnson and Corey Tesner, will round out the 3rd and 4th place spot here. As Chase Johnson Racing brings 3 fast Chevy Camaros here to the Speedway. But James Fountain, the only playoff contender for him, he'll get it done and go from the bottom of the leaderboard and walk it off to win his way into the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series playoffs live right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Terry Hughes Jr. coming to give congratulatory, you name it, whatever, bump to the end. James Fountain, you best believe, is about to burn it down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for you fans. The winner of the SalesForce.com100 and racing for a championship in 2 weeks. That's the number 24 from Greenville, South Carolina, James Fountain. James Fountain does the absolute impossible here on the Madness Racing League playoff cutoff race in the SalesForce.com100. He'll walk it off and come from the bottom of the leaderboards in the points playoff standings, and win his way in for a chance to race the championship 2 weeks from now. Nicholas Maynard will get the 2nd place spot here the night of the Phoenix International Raceway. Corey Tesner will get the 3rd place spot. Chase Johnson and his Chase Johnson Racing number 5 machine will bring home a top 5 in the 4th place spot. His entire team will get top 5s tonight. Carter Jackson, the 5th place spot will go to him tonight. Terry Hughes Jr. will get the 6th place spot. Bobby Kyle will get the 7th place spot. Alfonso Claudio will get the 8th place spot. Paul Wolf will bring home the 9th place spot. George Stetson in his Stetson Racing Machine will finish a lap down in the 10th place spot. Jonathan Smith will get the 11th place spot in his Nap Daddy Racing Machine. He'll finish a lap down. Nick Crawford, his Privateer Racing Machine, looking for a team to join. Make sure you get at him. He'll bring home the 12th place spot tonight. Chris Knighty will get the 13th place spot. Everett Larson, his playoff hopes come to a crush here tonight. He'll be eliminated from the event. As we know for sure, as he does not get all the laps underneath his belt that he very much needed here tonight. He was taking it close. Nicholas Maynard's 2nd place finish, we know, will move him on up. But we'll have to see how things shake up here. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay active here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Go follow the Madness Racing League on their channel to stay posted to see who will be racing for a championship. The Rain Man, Poncho McDowell from Greenville, South Carolina, driving his DUI Motorsports Machine, will finish 46 laps down. Kevin Tanko's playoff hopes up in the air right now as he's 52 laps down, but he had a comfortable lead. He was the first in on points. We'll see how things shake out for Kevin Tanko as he'll close his legs and bow his head and pray to the good Lord that he'll make it to the next round of the Race for a Championship. Connell Bolton, the Canadian, was already below the cut line. His day was cut short earlier today, racing hard. He'll finish tonight in the 17th place spot. And Connell Bolton with the 18th place spot, Blake Hochschild will flip the page here for the grid if it'll ever go to it. Meanwhile, Blake Hochschild will ride the shotgun field out here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for us here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. What a race here for the SalesForce.com100. James Fountain will bring home the victory here, the Phoenix International Raceway, and he will race for a championship 2 weeks from now here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you slap that like button. Press that follow button so you don't miss a thing. Make sure you catch the All Out Dirt Tour Super Late Model Division tackling on this Wednesday night. Not sure of the track, but it's going to be right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. So make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button. The I-85 Late Model Stock Series takes on the Thompson Speedway for their first playoff race this Thursday night. Make sure you're there.